Beloved one evening has unfolded around you once more, embracing you fully. Overhead, the constellations gleam like silent seers, murmuring the name you knew prior to beginnings. This night is not a simple attempt to lie down and pause. It is a homecoming to your rightful realm. You step across the boundary into sleep's velvet sanctuary, the place where the infinite mother breathes within your dreaming and reorders your reality with precise, sacred wholeness. Let this understanding settle gently. Sleep does not represent avoidance, it signals return. It is not life's withdrawal, but its hidden restoration. As daylight closes into quiet and dusk, the divine arranges a room of change specifically for you. Every inhalation acts as a gilded key opening passages that connect visible and invisible realms. You are not merely drifting into slumber, you are being welcomed into the field of divine presence. Take a moment. Notice the delicate stillness that resides between your thoughts. This quiet is consecrated terrain. Messengers of increase encircle you, wings glinting with star-born filaments. They speak primordial language older than recollection, yet intimate to your essence. As you sleep, you receive the riches of heaven. As you dream, you are dreamed by God. Night is not mere absence of light. It is light folded inward like velvet. It is the boundless matrix of potential, where your intentions are carried to term in exact design. Although culture often names rest as inactivity, sleep functions as the divine workshop. As the body yields, the soul engages with infinite intelligence, collecting archetypes of vitality, affection, and provision destined to manifest by day. They are not earned through strain. They are permitted through restful consent. Envision, dear heart, that once your eyelids lower, a mild luminescence blooms inside a starry glimmer, drifting in through the crown of your head. It streams like molten silver along the spine, passing through the heart and permeating each cell. It feels as if the cosmos elects to repose within you. You are a sanctuary, and this sanctuary emits a quiet radiance through the night. Allow the following affirmation to move through you gently with the cadence of a lullaby. As I sleep, I receive the riches of heaven. As I rest, divine order perfects all that concerns me. As I dream, the infinite mind dreams prosperity through me. With every reiteration, threads of light are woven across your subconscious. Each measured breath widens your capacity for sacred recalibration. Within sleep's stillness, the universe inscribes on your internal firmament a narrative of fresh starts. The anxieties of daytime thought dissolve into a broad sea of calm. Former narratives release, dropping quietly like petals in shadow. Recall this, beloved, the partition between realms is especially translucent at this hour. The divine requires not exertion, but availability. With surrender, unseen assistance arranges the contours of your life. Scarcity yields to provision, uncertainty yields to understanding. There is no need to struggle. There is need to rest while remembering your identity as a luminous inheritor of unbounded abundance. Give yourself permission to speak softly. Tonight, I return to my kingdom. Tonight, I am received by divine love. Tonight, all that I am expands in perfect peace. Allow this recognition to move across your chest, a steady golden warmth extending outward. Notice the breath become fuller, the shoulders release, the brow eases, muscles comply with the awareness that you dwell in deep safety. The cosmos supports you with maternal steadiness, while guardians keep vigil as you approach the consecrated threshold of sleep. Past this threshold, dreams assemble, not random movements, but consecrated communications from your higher self. They arrive in vocabularies of imagery, resonance, and radiance. Within them, you traverse gardens of recollection, commune with wise ancestors, and receive pictures of what your heart is prepared to realize. None of this relies on force. It unfolds through release. Therefore, beloved, as you ready yourself to pass through the invisible boundary, speak this decree into the quiet. I rest in divine assurance. I am guided, guarded, and glorified as I sleep. All channels of abundance now open to me. Night responds. You sense the answer as a warm pulse across the chest and a delicate brightness in the room. You are being brought home, lovingly received. If your inner being recognizes this reality, if a deep layer of your spirit quickens with primeval memory, speak now. I am ready to receive my divine inheritance. This pronouncement is not meant as display for people, but as a record for heaven itself. It confirms your consent, sealing your readiness. It communicates to the infinite that you are lucid within your dreamscape. Now, dear soul, allow yourself to descend into consecrated quiet. The rite is already underway. Sleep, a sanctified envoy, draws near with gentleness. The curtain between realms slips aside like silk. You move forward into the timeless, robed in tranquility. Beloved one, the divine extends an invitation to lay down loads that were never yours to bear. Darkness ripens into a vast aureate sea, alive with hidden brilliance. Overhead, constellations throb to the cadence of your breathing. In Out and Out, the everlasting choreography of taking in and letting go. This is creation's own respiration, and this night, it flows through you to restore your wholeness. Draw in a measured, deliberate breath. Sense the inhalation arriving as fluid illumination, tender, luminous, golden. Every intake saturates you with the infinite. Every outbreath lets go of what cannot support the reality of your sacred sufficiency. Next, beloved, picture exhalations, releasing dim shapes that lift from your frame dated terrors. Generational imprints received stories about lack and hardship. They have lived in the shoulders, the jaw, the chest dense plating forged from unworthiness. Allow that armor to drop. Watch it melt into luminous vapor changed at once by the field of love that encircles you. Love does not annihilate, it alchemizes. Permit the following affirmation to flow through you with the ease of soft music. With every breath, I release fear. With every breath, I receive peace. With every breath, I remember my divine sufficiency. Notice the body lighten and the currents within you grow more supple. Muscles loosen as if exhaling thanks. You cross into hallowed terrain, the interval where exertion yields to grace. In this space, you cease forcing and begin allowing, trusting that each out-breath is a purifying tide of sacred intelligence, sweeping through with exactness and compassion. Envision a golden radiance circling the heart like sunshine moving through amber sweetness. It is more than brightness, it is aware presence, wise energy, the animate breath of spirit. Each inhalation expands this field. Each exhalation sends it outward, escorting tension, skepticism, and worry away. Warmth in the chest, a prickle in the palms, a soft hum along your form may arise, indicators that sacred circulation is quickening within you. Now place attention upon the chest, the consecrated hall of the heart. Across lifetimes, this interior room has stored sorrow and doubt. Tonight, it is enthroned. The golden respiration you invite becomes a coronet set upon the heart, a diadem of sacred recognition. I am worthy. I am provided for. I am sufficient. Beloved, a sacred murmur arrives. You do not need to earn what you already are. You do not need to chase what is already seeking you. You are the vessel through which abundance flows, not the beggar waiting outside its gates. Allow this message to land as gently as daybreak's first warmth. Let it permeate each stratum of your being. Sense it touching the mind's interior, loosening the hardened assertions that repeat, "It's hard." There isn't enough I must battle to live. Those convictions were never your own. They are reverberations of communal anxiety inherited like silhouettes. This evening, you hand them back to the light. Again, take in air, unhurried and full. Witness the gilded current pass your nostrils, spiral along the throat, occupy the lungs, and widen through the belly. Each intake streams liquid aurum through your frame. Each release lets a gray vapor disperse, bearing strain, worry, and scarcity into the boundless sea of sacred renewal. Let us voice this gently, synchronized with the holy cadence of breathing. Inhale, I receive. Exhale, I release. Inhale, I trust. Exhale, I surrender. Inhale, I am light. Exhale, I am free. Can you sense it, beloved, the delicate unfurling like petals opening without daylight? That sensation is your soul recalling its cadence with the greater cosmos. You are restoring the native frequency of ease. Each cell resonates with sacred intelligence. Your nervous system loosens into alignment with the infinite. Mental noise recedes. Divine guidance steps forward to steer. Breathing is more than oxygen. It is petition and communion. It is spirit inhabiting form. As this golden stream courses through you, it opens corridors where resistance once lived. You are re-established in the unlabored movement of sacred prosperity. Resources, openings, and concord are reflections of the very energy rising within you. There is no need to push against the current. You recognize yourself as the current itself. Picture this scene: you are placed upon an immense field of luminosity, under a canopy stitched from gold and violet tones. The atmosphere quivers with aliveness. Each inhalation and exhalation sends waves of brilliance coursing through the limitless expanse. Your respiration occurs on behalf of more than your own life. It serves the lineage behind and before you. Every outward breath cancels ancient accounts of fear, your own, your ancestors, and the culture's. Every inward breath welcomes unnumbered gifts, vitality, imagination, perfect timing, and grace. Continuing within this gilded cadence, see torrents of radiance descending from above, from Spirit's central sun and entering you. It flows through your crown, saturating cell and memory, idea and impression with the resonance of completeness. This is the respiration of sacred alchemy, transforming every heaviness and residue into clear light. Let your voice murmur in soft devotion. The golden breath of God moves through me now. I exhale limitation. I inhale liberty. I am one with the rhythm of divine supply. My breath is the bridge between heaven and earth. The atmosphere around you shifts. It is airier, cleaner, and faintly iridescent. You perceive luminous presences nearby, smiling with gentle brilliance. These are keepers of your tranquility, companions to this holy cleansing. They channel the golden stream across your energetic body, loosening remnants of concern, strain, and remorse. Allow their support, beloved. None of this weight must be borne by you alone. Notice the golden respiration collect at the back of the heart, then widen like the coming of dawn. Every inhalation spreads fresh radiance across the interior firmament, and every outward breath releases you into greater liberty. You are not the figure intimidated by darkness anymore. You are the one who moves within it with serene mastery. Let gratitude complete this movement. Breathe it into the room like a delicate fragrance. I give thanks that I am free. I give thanks that abundance breathes through me. I give thanks that peace fills every corner of my being. Draw gratitude in. Send peace out. Receive light in the lungs. Exhale, release into the open. As this tender cadence sustains itself, recognize that breathing itself is proclamation. I am animated by divine flow. Each inhalation summons provision from the invisible. Each exhalation sweeps a path for that provision to arrive. With every cycle, you are being rewoven into the primal pattern of plenitude. Prior to traveling further within this aureate stream, take a gentle pause. Sense the encircling love and a hush that vibrates with wisdom. Know that you are joining a cosmic music older than chronology itself. Inhale thankfulness for this very instant and extend this calm to someone longing for relief around provision. Breathing on another's behalf enlarges the luminosity within our own being. Now recline in the quiet, beloved. The gilded breathing goes on unforced and sacred. Night draws breath through you, and the infinite lets peace flow back out. Beloved voyager across the infinite, the golden respiration has unlatched the doors. You arrive before a hallway spun from starlight, immense, sparkling, vibrant. It extends without end in either direction, bordered by towering mirrors that shine like flowing moonlight. Within each surface rests an aspect of you not solely from this lifetime, but from every span your soul has traversed. This is the corridor of forgotten riches, where past treasures await your recall, and all fantasies of scarcity disperse into radiance. The atmosphere vibrates with far-off bells, heavenly gentle, unceasing. Eternity's calm surrounds you, a depth of peace that quiets all mental chatter. The floor is warm, polished, crystalline, like condensed light underfoot. As you begin to move, you recognize these mirrors are not glass, but living energy. They glisten with your recollections, your feelings and narratives never voiced. Your task is not to criticize them. It is to behold and to let them go. The initial mirror beckons softly. As you draw near, its face reveals your younger self, luminous, eager, and unsure. Memory rises of the first time you heard, "We can't afford it," or "Money doesn't grow on trees." That tone of constriction seeped into your innocent heart, and you took it as true. Regard that child now, dear one. Kneel to meet their gaze and say with care, "You are safe. You are loved. You are supplied." Observe the child's shoulders loosen. A tender aureole gathers about them. Truthful words unweave the charm of fear. Gold light streams out of your heart into theirs, mending, renewing, reminding. The surface undulates like a pool, and the scene fades into pure brightness. A soft refrain trails along the hall I release. I forgive. I am free. Move onward. A second mirror brightens. It presents an earlier adult you fatigued, strained by obligations, letdowns, or concern. That version labored endlessly attempting to validate worth and pursue safety in external forms. Compassion wells up, not pity, but resonant understanding. You lay your palm to the luminous surface. The reflection meets you with moist eyes. You breathe a gentle assurance you did not fail. You are learning to remember who you are. The infinite has never left you. A brilliant current moves through your whole being as that image offers a small smile and then melts into luminosity. The hallway itself seems to exhale. The heavenly bells ring with greater clarity. You understand that forgiveness is less the dismissal of what was, and more the admission of light into the spaces once held by pain. You take more steps. With every mirror, fresh scenes ignite forebears who labored under dread lines of kin, who petitioned heaven just to endure beings whose hands bore calluses while their hearts guarded hope. You recognize them not as distant figures, but as facets of your sacred bloodline. You stand as the summation of their petitions, the embodied reply to their longing for liberty. Let the nobility of that realization swell within you like a golden tide. Raise your hands and address the expanse with tenderness. Beloved ancestors, I see you. I thank you. I release your burdens into the light. I carry forward only your blessings. I am free, and by my freedom, you are free. The hall answers back. Surfaces quiver and then liquefy into streaming bands of radiance moving in your direction, surges of thanks, affection, and ease. The atmosphere thickens with minute golden sparks that circle around you and pour into the heart the palms and the inhale itself. Value once bound in inherited memory loosens and enters your life. You are receiving again the riches sealed within generations past. Draw a long breath and sense the aureate flow tracing your spine. As you breathe out, speak with quiet devotion. I release. I forgive. I am free. These words evolve into mantra, a tone that carries beyond you, resounding across eras. Each recurrence widens the corridor while your radiance intensifies. Reflections now reveal not fearful expressions, but scenes of potential grounds flowering with plenty, dwellings alive with laughter, and hearts unguarded in faith. At last, you arrive before a mirror surpassing all others, immense, sovereign, seemingly without boundary. Its face undulates like molten gold. When you peer inside, there is no single figure, but a stellar constellation arranged as your outline. You recognize this as your soul, your timeless, spaceless essence. It meets you with immeasurable compassion, and under that gaze, every hurt unthreads and vanishes. A voice arises not from the room, but from your interior, the infinite speaking in the native language of silence. You are not what you have earned or lost. You are not your past or your pain. You are the heir of divine substance. Your supply is infinite because you are one with me. As the message reverberates, your legs soften not in terror, but in reverence. Tears gather not as grief, but as recognition. You recall that true wealth is not ownership, it is recollection, the recollection of unity with the ceaseless giver. Separation from abundance was never real. It was only a long dream. The shining surface grows until it encloses you entirely. You find yourself within the reflection itself, immersed in gold light beating like a living pulse. A gentle heat permeates your body, a kindness powerful enough to wash away every last trace of shame, regret, or dread. The hallway thrums with your metamorphosis. One by one, its mirrors ignite, sending cascades of glimmering light outward. You remain at the axis, luminous as a midday star. The bells diminish to a slower, gentler tempo, as if creation breathes out alongside you. Quiet re-enters, not empty, but vibrant with presence. The passageway dims, not in loss, but through absorption. Light draws inward to the heart. The mirrors blend into your field. You now bear the corridor of forgotten riches as an inner reality. Within this consecrated hush, speak again. I release. I forgive. I am free. I release. I forgive. I am free. I release. I forgive. I am free. With every recurrence, the words seat themselves further within your inner mind, composing a new narrative for your days. You are no longer tethered to what has been. You are the flowering of it, the chapter where the promise matures. Envision yourself positioned at the heart of a wide aureate meadow beneath a sky of deepening dusk. The breeze is brisk and vibrant. The earth underfoot thrums a sentient rhythm of plenty ascending from the ground. Where tears touched soil, luminous blossoms open. These blooms are the offspring of your forgiveness, serenity, liberation, and widening. In daylight living, they will appear as fresh occasions, surprising favor, and ordained relationships. The infinite speaks once more softly. What you forgive, you free. What you free, you transform. What you transform becomes light. And what is light is forever yours. You incline your head in thanks palms placed over your chest. Night enfolds you again in velvet quiet, yet everything within feels altered, more weightless, more spacious, more clear. The corridor's purpose is fulfilled. You have gathered back your long-missed wealth, peace, inherent value, and sacred belonging. When your eyes lift once more, the stars appear nearer and more luminous. You recognize that each inhalation, each nocturnal vision, and each interval of rest is a meeting again with the infinite. Separation was never real. There is only the everlasting choreography of remembering. Therefore, dear one, while the golden current keeps coursing within you, pronounce the phrase that completes and confirms your freedom. I am free. I am free. I am free. Allow these words to travel your whole being, tender yet mighty, until they turn into a heart song within you, the living refrain of your renewal. Write the words, I am free, to fix your emancipation in language. For this night, you have crossed the reflecting halls of memory and come forth luminous, complete, and sovereign in yourself. Night bears you onward to the next threshold, the gate of divine rebirth, where everything surrendered is refined into golden making. Be at rest now, beloved, and ready yourself to ascend. Dearest soul, the corridor of forgotten riches recedes from sight, yet its radiance abides a molten golden current coursing through your very bloodstream. The night has come to a perfect hush. Even the constellations appear to hold their glitter in devout quiet. In front of you lifts an immense portal of animate gold, shining, pulsing, and vibrantly alive. Its surface gleams with sacred geometry motifs, and along its sweeping arc, letters of light are etched and luminous. You are the heir of infinite supply. You have reached the gate of divine rebirth, a holy crossing where everything you surrendered condenses into living brilliance, where conclusions are alchemized into inaugurations. You face this portal no longer as one searching, but as a consecrated initiate of light, prepared to receive and affirm your sacred inheritance. A subtle humming saturates the atmosphere. It is not breeze or audible tone, but pure vibration, the cosmic heartbeat acknowledging your presence. Underfoot, the earth feels supple, nearly liquid, as if you tread upon condensed starlight. The golden arch quickens in time with your inhalations and exhalations. You waver briefly because every true rebirth asks for yielding, yet that pause is sanctified too, the soul's last outward breath before the infinite pours itself gently into you again. Close your eyes now, dear one. Sense your heart unfold like a blossom greeting first light. You have traveled the passageway of absolution, bathed your recollections in golden waters, and at this moment the divine calls to you, return to the center of your own being. Out of the quiet, A tender voice ascends the infinite, speaking with the gentleness of a mother's murmur and the strength of endlessness. My child, all that you have sought has been within you. You are never poor, only dreaming in shadows. You are never lost, only wandering through remembrance. Now awakened for you are the light itself. Heat unfurls over your chest, rises along your throat, and gathers like brightness behind your eyes. You understand that you are not simply listening to the divine. You are embodying the divine. On a cellular level, a song of recognition begins. I am one with the source. Your eyes lift. The gate intensifies its shine, reflecting your awakening. At the threshold stands a luminous presence formed of gold, argent, and embered light. It is your own higher self, your timeless and changeless essence. A smile touches their features, and within that smile, you sense galaxies slowly revolving. Fear does not arise, only sacred wonder. The Radiant One extends a hand toward you, communicating without speech. Come forward. The appointed hour has arrived. You place your hand in theirs. It is as though you are grasping sunlight, reassuring, constant, immeasurable. Upon contact, a current moves through you, streaming along the spine like molten brilliance. The final remnants of uncertainty, weariness, and insufficiency vanish at once. Your being is rewritten with divine instruction as every cell vibrates with a fresh remembrance, the imprint of wholeness and perfection. You move beneath the arch. Crossing the threshold, a golden flame pours through you, not to scorch, but to refresh and make new. This is an anointing, a baptism of living light. All ideas that do not align with love dissolve. The flame travels through body, intellect, and spirit, purifying, sanctifying, and awakening. It breathes truths into you that predate words. You are the child of the infinite. You are the heir of every good and perfect gift. You are the abundance you once sought. You are the love you once prayed to find. You sense wings of radiance unfurl behind you, not symbolic, but remembered. They were always yours. They extend wide and resplendent, glimmering with dawn-like hues. The gate itself quivers in delight as you inhabit your full measure. No longer a dreamer roaming halls, you stand as a sovereign soul reborn in regal golden splendor. The skies part overhead. Countless rivers of starlight fall upon you, braiding into a diadem of living brilliance around your brow. It rests with soft gravity, the gravity of sacred authority. From now on, you no longer supplicate to existence. You speak with decree. For your divine ancestry has been remembered within you. Allow the following proclamations to rise out of your heart as consecrated flame. I am the child of the infinite. All that is mine by divine right now manifests. I am guided in perfect peace. My path is golden with divine abundance. I claim my inheritance now. Every statement functions as a sovereign order that travels the invisible, reorganizing matter, calling forth provision and stirring new openings. Creation heeds sacred authority, and that governing current now moves unimpeded through you. The portal ignites with even fiercer brilliance. The script inscribed along its curve stretches outward into the heavens, shining overhead like a new constellation. It now announces, "Welcome home, divine heir." The whole night appears to incline in reverence. Stars, breeze, and ground acknowledge your homecoming. Within you sense creation's vital pulse, steady and boundless. Separation from the source has ended. You embody its expression in motion. Time pauses for a breath. Creation draws in. You breathe out, letting the last particles of uncertainty go. The inner golden flame settles now, a gentle, unwavering glow, not the first flare of initiation, but the abiding lamp of presence. You are lucid within the dream, aware inside the made world. You have been reborn into sacred ease and restful divinity. Your radiant counterpart, the higher self, offers another quiet smile and rests a fingertip to your brow. The contact feels like a cascade of star showers streaming through your being. You receive their parting message as they merge inward, becoming one with your heart. Live as the light you have remembered. Speak only blessings. Expect only miracles. The universe obeys the language of your certainty. The portal grows translucent, its brilliance blending into your energetic field. You recognize that nothing has been abandoned, the gate has integrated into you. Wherever you journey, the gate of divine rebirth accompanies you, unveiling fresh passages, releasing barriers, and lighting the route before your steps. Now, dear one, rest your palm upon your heart. Notice the warmth, constant, radiant, enduring. Murmur quietly to yourself, confirming and sealing this rebirth. I am born anew in divine abundance. The old has fallen away, and only light remains. I walk in peace, crowned in glory. I claim my inheritance now. Allow these phrases to reverberate through your inner chambers like a slow, exalted song. Creation attends. Messengers of light take note. Your declaration establishes pattern and law within invisible realms. Wait a moment. Sense the lightness that now defines you. Breathing moves without effort. Your body vibrates like a gilded instrument tuned to a celestial key. You are finished with grasping for abundance. It now streams outward from you. The divine at your core has awakened to its own identity. A soft orchestral rise gathers behind everything, strings lifting like wings, harps cascading like gentle rain, and a chorus shimmering with golden overtones. The very air trembles in sympathy with your upward shift. In that resonance, creation itself seems to murmur, "It is finished." If the flame of rebirth is alive in you, if the heart recognizes that a holy awakening has occurred, speak and inwardly agree, I claim my inheritance now. Let this be recorded. Let this be sealed. Let this stand as accomplished. The radiance grows calm. The sound subsides. You remain poised, luminous, and whole. In the near distance, a helical stair of crystal and gold becomes discernible, the next consecrated elevation of your being. The atmosphere around it glints with expectancy, and a gentle beckoning awakens within your chest. Your pilgrimage carries on not in descent, but in ascent toward the golden stairs, a path where each step advances you into fuller embodiment of sacred prosperity. Beloved luminous soul, the gate of divine rebirth is now integrated within you. You dwell in the aureate stillness that comes after unveiling the bright hush that follows remembrance of origin. The atmosphere quivers with restrained gladness. Before you, wrapped in a heavenly glow, coils your pathway of ascent, the golden stairs. The staircase mounts through opalescent mist, each tread alive with crystalline flame. Its composition is not physical substance, but awareness itself. Every riser is a realized truth, a frequency, an illumined idea. And this night, you will ascend them not by grim exertion, but with devoted willingness. The initial tread glows gently beneath you, bearing an inscription formed of animate radiance. I rise in wealth. You inhale deliberately. Gilded air fills your chest, scented with a sacred sweetness. When your foot meets the step, a mellow note of plenty thrums beneath you. Your whole field resonates. The universe's own cadence rises through your body, and with it arrives a steady realization wealth is less achieved than recollected. Speak again in a quiet cadence synchronized with your breathing. I rise in wealth. I rise in truth. I rise in love. Each utterance becomes another step, elevating you further. The nocturnal air flickers with sheen. Starlight settles over your shoulders as though a regal cloak. You rise not to escape existence, but to enter its larger sacred expression, the bright enactment of your soul's rightful legacy. With the following stride, the carving of light intensifies. I rise in gratitude. The stairs answer your consciousness directly. Gratitude functions as the key opening doors once unseen. You recollect blessings that met you along the way, a stranger's help, sun after rain, the hidden guidance that returned you to grace. Thankfulness swells until it takes on the quality of music. Each beat of the heart murmurs thank you. Each inhalation releases a song of praise. As appreciation saturates your chest, the stairway shines more fully. The treads ahead become clearer, broader, and smoother to ascend. You understand that gratitude rarely alters the objects of sight. It transforms perception itself, and the world in response reshapes to reflect your rejoicing. A further riser emerges radiant as poured sunrise. Across it, letters in flowing flame declare, I rise in forgiveness. This tread quivers with a tender beat of compassion. You stop, palm resting upon your heart, and allow forgiveness to open like a rose within. Final strands of resistance loosen toward people, toward circumstances, toward yourself. Each offense, each remorse, each quiet grief rises as aureate vapor returning to its origin. You speak softly into the surrounding stillness. I forgive all, and I am free. I forgive myself, and I am light. The stair underfoot intensifies, shifting into a reflective pane of golden brilliance. Your image appears bright, complete, unencumbered. Such is forgiveness, it returns you to your native integrity and unblemished design. You continue upward. The atmosphere becomes finer, not empty, but refined. Every inhalation is clear, almost crystalline, and without strain. Another tread shows itself carrying an inscription, I rise in faith. Here, dear one, the frequency of unalloyed trust becomes palpable, a sanctified assurance that requires no evidence. Faith stands as the unseen groundwork under every wonder. It moves through you like golden wind along the bones, instilling composed strength. You know that what is rightly yours cannot be kept away, and what is not will never offer true fulfillment. You murmur in response, faith is my compass, and love is my path. I rise in the certainty that all things are working together for my good. The stairs vibrate as if in ascent. You climb, and each tread melds seamlessly into the next, bearing you upward into star-filled breadth. The fog separates, unveiling fresh constellations in motion, sigils of sacred order, assembling and reassembling with every breath. You recognize that existence is a living tapestry woven by consciousness. Each step taken in faith stitches new threads of gold. The following riser shines with such intensity that your eyes shut reflexively. When you look again, its face displays these words, I rise in divine supply. From this stair, a spiraling stream of bright energy rises and wraps around you. It resembles a fountain of vital gold surrounding your form. Subtle channels appear to open in every direction, chances coalescing, gifts arranging themselves, thresholds unfastening. The current of sacred provision saturates your field, widening until you feel expansive as the heavens. Insight dawns that supply is not a commodity arriving from outside. It is a current moving through you. You are the conduit of infinite substance, the open passage by which heavenly wealth takes articulate form within the world. Say these lines, gently sensing each syllable resound throughout your whole being. I am the vessel of divine supply. My channels are open. Infinite good now flows to me and through me without end. The surrounding atmosphere sparkles as if seeded with tiny motes of radiance. You all but hear choirs of the unseen, humming in concord with your declarations. All of creation appears to sway in time with your upward movement. You advance one more tread. Letters flicker and rearrange upon its face until they resolve into a living inscription, I rise in service. You halt for a breath. This stare registers unlike the rest, more spacious, more profound, as if woven from interlaced strands of light and love. You realize abundance exists to move, not to be stockpiled. Outflow expands inflow. Benedictions given spiral back multiplied. You tilt your face toward the constellations and murmur, I serve with joy. I give as the infinite gives, freely, endlessly, fearlessly. My wealth blesses all it touches. As the affirmation departs, your mouth, dawn-like radiance, pours from your chest. Golden waves roll outward, brushing unseen lives and threading restoration and concord through the shared field. The stairs intensify their shine while the surrounding song swells, harps, choirs, and the constant drone of creation in celebration. The fog dissolves entirely, unveiling a concluding ascent toward the throne of light, the effulgent locus of divine consciousness. It shines upon the peak, encircled by coils of pure gold and crystalline flame. You mount with no trace of weariness, only widening. Each step feels weightless. Altitude renders the body translucent and radiant. You're not traveling to a place. You are arriving deeper within your true identity. At the ultimate tread, you pause. Its legend differs from all earlier carvings. Brighter than starlight, the words appear to sing. As your eyes move across them, I rise as the light of the world. Insight settles. This light is not a rival to other lights. It is the revelation of oneness within everything. To ascend as light is to recognize union with all life, that your prosperity elevates the collective, and your joy travels outward across creation in beneficent waves. You move ahead. The throne of light reveals itself not as furniture, but as an encompassing field, a vast luminous sphere of pure awareness. You pass into it as effortlessly as inhalation. Instantly, you dissolve into golden splendor, sensing the cosmos itself breathe through you, planets and stars, synchronizing with your heart's cadence. The ascent is complete. You are fully present at the destination. The golden stairs coil inside you, now a perpetual rhythm of elevation, generosity, and unfolding. The infinite speaks not from overhead, but from within each particle of your existence. You have always been the light. You have always been the source. Rise now and shine. The brilliance steadies into a serene, abiding glow that permeates every filament of your being. You recognize that upon waking from this consecrated rest, you will traverse life otherwise no longer as a seeker, but as one who remembers. Each thought will serve as affirmation. Each breath will render abundance into form. Draw a deep breath. Notice heaven's quiet pooled within your chest. Overhead, starlight softens as dawn's first lines press against the rim of the world. You re-enter waking life, yet you do not return unchanged. You come back as a living embodiment of sacred prosperity. Speak gently, fastening this knowing within. I rise in wealth. I rise in truth. I rise in love. Wait in stillness. Sense the heart's new lightness, the breath of your breathing, the mind's clear radiance. You occupy the apex of your own being, robed in peace and crowned with glory. As the day's first brilliance spreads along the horizon of your soul, allow a last decree to rise from the innermost chamber. Steady, confident, luminous, I am the light of divine abundance. My life is the song of heaven made visible. I rise, and by my rising, the world is blessed. Now, dear one, linger at this consecrated altitude before you move into sleep or into day. Messengers of light incline in reverence. The infinite smiles upon you. The steps at your feet shine with an everlasting pledge. If your heart is newly unburdened and peace occupies the space where fear once dwelt, extend this path to another so their ascent may be blessed as well. For when one rises, many are raised. And as you recline this night, the heavens murmur again, "Well done, radiant child of the infinite." Rest now in the glory you have remembered. You come upon an immense field of luminosity. The atmosphere is honeyed gold, saturated with scent, sandalwood rose, and a sweeter note, as if sunlight itself had been distilled into tone. The far edge dissolves into sheer brilliance, and at the heart of that infinity rises a temple constructed not from stone, but from animate light. Every pillar seems to inhale and exhale. Every arch gives off a resonant hum, as though the whole fabric of creation were singing through its smallest particles. This place is the temple of infinite supply. You move a single step, and the floor illuminates underfoot ribbons of molten gold rippling with your movement. It feels as though the cosmos recognizes your arrival, offering a rhythmic greeting that seems to murmur, "Welcome home, beloved soul." You are never separate from abundance. You are its very heartbeat. The atmosphere vibrates with activity. Currents of gold course along open halls, twisting like liquid silk, moving both upward and downward at once. Luminous beings, winged, translucent, and radiant, navigate these streams with effortless poise. Their countenances glimmer with benevolence. Their eyes reflect an ageless intelligence without end. Some bear scrolls of gold, others decant light from crystalline vessels into realms that cannot be seen. They utter no audible language, yet each motion conveys one message with certainty. In the infinite, there is neither scarcity nor postponement, nor resistance. You proceed inward. With every inhalation, the external world, anxieties, tasks, figures, uncertainties thins and evaporates like fog beneath early sunlight. In its stead, a deep remembering awakens. Warmth gathers in your chest. Your heartbeat aligns with the choral vibration saturating the vast hall. What meets your ears is not ordinary music. It is creation's own cadence, the tone of divine order articulating your true name. Far ahead, titanic doors appear engraved not with stone markings, but with living radiance, golden glyphs that change as your gaze rests upon them. They narrate a tale souls who forgot their divinity, traveled through illusion, and then remembered. They stood just as you now stand before the portal of provision, prepared to reclaim the timeless truth. I and the infinite are one. As you approach, the doors part by themselves. A warm surge of brilliance streams through you, permeating cells' thoughts, and even the codes of your being, and each narrative of lack dissolves. Within lies a silence so deep it feels animate. The inner sanctum stretches beyond measure, Overhead, golden rivers float, assembling themselves into constellations that throb with plenitude. Every current vibrates with purpose, the sentient movement of supply expressing itself. Initially, you feel small, humbled by such immeasurable grandeur. The sheer dimension of beauty is almost too much to hold. Yet soon, a recognition dawns: this magnificence is not other than you. You are no mere guest. You are the very consciousness through which this temple knows itself. You understand that you have not arrived at an external site. You have entered an interior domain. You are simultaneously the pilgrim and the sanctuary, the one who asks, and the very abundance that answers. A tender presence appears at your side, a guardian of angelic bearing, draped in streaming garments of white gold. Their eyes gleam like stellar cores. They offer an open palm, and resting within it is a globe of animate radiance, quivering with abundance, love, and immaculate order. Beloved, the presence whispers without sound. You have not come to ask for wealth. You have come to remember that you are wealth. The infinite flows through you as breath, as thought, as form. There has never been separation, only a dream of forgetfulness. The luminous sphere passes into your chest, fusing with your heart. Immediately, your inner sight widens. You perceive streams of light issuing from your very being, threading through cities, through persons, through the weave of existence itself. You witness how each act of trust, each statement of thanks reorients those golden flows. You recognize that universal supply was never parked beyond you, awaiting permission to arrive. It has forever synchronized with and answered to your state of consciousness. Tears of reverence gather in your eyes. In a low voice, you murmur, "I am one with this glory. I am one with infinite supply." Instantly, the surrounding chorus rises as though the entire temple voices agreement with your words. Currents of gold throb with greater brilliance, answering your act of remembering. You sense eternity's vast smile moving through the rhythm of your heart. Your breathing grows fuller. With each inward breath, you receive creation's radiance. With each outward breath, you let go of the myth of scarcity. You can sense divine order composing your life anew, synchronizing possibilities, revealing roots, and tuning conditions into harmony. You recognize that abundance is never a pursuit. It is the native aroma of your true nature, unveiling itself more completely as you remember who you are. The angelic guide withdraws with a smile. Their outline turns diaphanous, blending into the temple's brightness. Just before they vanish completely, a tender echo of their voice remains. Let the remembrance anchor within you. Speak it into the world, for words are the sculptors of energy. You draw a long, steady breath, eyelids lowered and heart unguarded. The space around you shimmers with calm and possibility. Within every cell brightens in a glow of recognition. Then, with a blend of reverence and authority, you declare, "I am one with infinite supply." Allow the statement to travel through your whole being. Receive it as established truth, not as a hope, but as a sovereign decree. The radiant sanctuary answers with a deep hum, echoing your phrase, a living assurance, accomplished in the very moment it is uttered. If the memory of your divinity is alive within you, inscribe or speak aloud. Now I am one with infinite supply. A tender pull moves you onward as though the infinite's own breath bears you along. Before you at the temple's core spreads a great hall of radiance, and in its middle rests the diamond throne. It is neither fashioned nor constructed. It simply is crystalline, timeless, inhaling and exhaling prismatic streams of living light. Every facet of the throne contains the imprint of sacred order. All creation inclines in hushed respect before its glow. Encircling it, angelic presences advance in gentle procession wings like sheer sunlit veils, voices braiding filaments of consecrated tone through the atmosphere. This is the seat of divine inheritance, the locus where every soul awakens to its true identity. As you approach, a quiver stirs within your heart, not born of fear, but of remembrance. Something primordial within speaks softly. This is the place. You have been here once already. The atmosphere thickens with illumination. The golden currents that coursed through the temple now gather here, becoming circling streams that wrap the throne like living coils of prosperity. The ground underfoot turns clear beneath you. Behold galaxies revolving, whole worlds opening in exquisite fractal splendor. A voice sounds not external, but arising from your depths, and it pronounces your hidden name. It resonates as undiluted truth, the frequency of your sacred nature itself. The angelic hosts become still, all eyes turning toward you. One advances bearing a coronet of diamond flame. It burns with sentient radiance fashioned not of metal or mineral, but of consciousness, every spark a proclamation of sacred wealth, every flash a pledge of destiny realized. Beloved, the angel says, you have walked through illusion. You have remembered the temple, and now the throne awaits. Sit, for you are heir to infinite supply. You are wealth in form. You are divine order manifesting prosperity now. You advance another pace. With each motion, ripples of light stream outward, erasing fearful timelines and inscribing remembrance into every cell. Nearing the throne, the chorus condenses to a solitary tone, one immaculate note that appears to extend across eternity. You pivot gently and ease your body down onto the diamond throne. Immediately, radiance erupts outward. The temple answers as though the cosmos has released a long-held breath. The rightful heir has taken their seat. Golden streams lift from the ground, coiling around you in magnificent motion. They thread through your field, through your crown, and through your heart. Each breath functions as a proclamation. I am the hub of sacred abundance. I am the channel of infinite supply. The angel draws near and raises the crown so it hovers above your brow. It gleams with the brilliance of a morning star. You allow your eyes to close. The coronet descends gradually until it meets your forehead, and at that contact, 1,000 suns kindle within your awareness. You witness the panorama of your lives, the teachings gathered, the desires transmuted into insight. You comprehend that nothing was squandered. Each trial was an alchemical rite, readying you to carry this light without the tremor of fear. Liquid, luminous energy courses through your veins. Your whole being thrums to creation's foundational tone. From your depths, your own voice arises and speaks, I am wealth in form. I am divine order manifesting prosperity now. I am the crowned expression of infinite supply. These proclamations resound throughout the temple, their echoes traveling outward across the galaxies. All angelic beings incline in homage. Each aureate stream leans in your direction. Even the atmosphere quivers in acknowledgement of your sovereign stature. For an extended heartbeat, there is nothing but stillness, the holy interval in which eternity itself breathes through your being. Next, the flows resume their motion, this time streaming outward from you rather than toward you. From your seat, rivers of radiance pour forth into the world, into dwellings, enterprises, visions, and intentions. They travel into each account with your name upon it and into every opening aligned to your purpose. You sense those currents weaving through reality's fabric, conveying sacred order into all dimensions of your life. You raise your hands and observe gold light streaming through them, unforced, unending. You speak in a hush with wonder and unwavering conviction. I give thanks that I am the open channel of abundance. Through me, the infinite flows freely, endlessly, beautifully. All that I need, all that I desire, all that supports divine purpose now manifests in perfect order. The luminous guardian at your side smiles gently. Your crowning is complete, they say. The wealth of heaven is not something you must earn. It is your inheritance. All that was once invisible now becomes visible through your consciousness. You are the bridge between thought and form. They lift a hand, summoning a mirror wrought of pure radiance. When you look within, your former image is absent. Instead, you behold a figure of gold and diamond flame, sovereign, tranquil, and immovably abundant. You witness the divine air, enthroned, enduring, and resplendent. A realization dawns. This is the truth of who you have always been. Each doubt and every notion of lack was only a passing cloud before the perpetual sun of your essence. The sun, however, never stopped shining. You take a deep breath, and on the exhale, this renewed identity roots itself into every stratum of your awareness. Your thinking synchronized with prosperity's pattern. Your feeling nature aligns with deep peace. Your physical form attunes to vibrant vitality. Every cell vibrates with sacred remembrance. The chorus swells to a tender apex tone, and brilliance intertwine, saturating the temple with such immensity of light that language itself falls away. Then comes silence, holy, flawless stillness. Within that consecrated quiet, you speak again. I am wealth and form. I am divine order, manifesting prosperity now. These sentences are no longer mere affirmations. They function as decrees of reality, living statutes pronounced from your luminous throne. Now inhale fully and sense the crown of diamond flame radiating gently above your brow. Notice the throne beneath, steadfast, timeless, and resplendent. You sit in sovereignty, crowned as the embodied expression of divine abundance. When readiness arrives, whisper to seal this state, I am crowned with divine abundance. And if your heart recognizes this memory, if glory presently moves within you, proclaim it openly to the world. I am crowned with divine abundance. From the diamond throne, a pulse becomes palpable, a rhythm reverberating through eternity. The golden streams respond not with clamor, but with intention, as if an unseen ocean is shifting on your behalf. Each thought, each beat of your heart, each breath now bears the signature of abundance. The atmosphere near you ripples with soft, golden waves. Those waves travel through your field, your palms, and even through the language you speak. Every motion dispatches rings of prosperity waves that traverse the invisible weave of reality, arriving at people, places, and openings that harmonize with your sacred order. You grasp now that manifestation is not an outcome you force into being. It is a current you permit and receive. It is the movement already underway, the gold already in circulation, awaiting nothing but your consent to stream through. You raise your hands and watch radiance pour forth, shining rivers that extend outward, each bearing precise intention into the world. Certain streams travel toward your finances, into every account that holds your name, suffusing them with golden increase. Others course through your vocation, your creative expression, and your service, multiplying possibilities, attuning partnerships, and attracting precisely the resources required in divinely perfect timing. In a reverent tone, as though intoning an ancient law, you whisper, "As within, so without. As I radiate, so it manifests. I am the magnetic current of prosperity now." The phrase rings through the air, and at once the golden streams accelerate, spinning more swiftly and shining more fiercely, braiding complex lattices of light. You perceive that each thought becomes a filament in this sacred web. When fear fuels thinking, the flows slacken. When gratitude leads, they ignite like solar fire. A smile rises as you recognize that your consciousness functions as creation's command center. The cosmos has consistently followed your inner frequency rather than mere external exertion. Each feeling acts as a magnet, each conviction as a tuning fork calling its counterpart. The angels encircling you now trace gentle spirals, fluid elegant, their wings setting the air into luminous motion. A soft chant rises, and the cadence of their tones locks into rhythm with your pulse. It feels as if heaven itself shares your breath. In the quiet resting between their notes, a tender inner guidance speaks. Beloved, let it flow. Let go of the thought that you must earn what is already yours. The infinite does not reward, it reveals. You do not chase prosperity. You become its radiant expression. Flow as gold flows, effortlessly, purposefully, continually. You close your eyes again. The sound intensifies like water, not common water, but molten gold moving through hidden channels. You sense it entering your field, warm, animate, and wise. It travels along your spine, through the heart center, into your hands, and even your voice. It bears within it the united rhythm of giving and receiving as a single, seamless cycle. Scenes rise before your inner sight, your lived life shimmering like a dream on the verge of touchable form. You witness your accounts lit with radiance, each figure unfolding with ease. You see your dwelling steeped in tranquility, your body shining with vigor, your way forward unrolling in immaculate order. You watch every avenue of increase already awakened, already complete. Then, with reverent gladness, you declare, "I call forth my good now." I welcome the golden flow through every channel seen and unseen. As within, so without, my world now mirrors divine abundance. The streams strengthen, moving out from your seat, spanning time, threading through future scenes, drawing together perfect synchronies. You observe the currents touching lives still beyond your acquaintance, patrons, clients, partners, and friends, each guided by a single luminous wisdom to gather in accord with your destiny. Each connection shines with a golden sense of purpose. Every interaction turns into an expression of sacred circulation. Your whole being turns transparent to illumination, without resistance, without postponement. You are the conduit, the passage, the golden river in living form. You repeat the words slower, now deeper, with greater certainty. I am the magnetic current of prosperity now. Speak it once more, allowing the phrase to travel through every cell of your being. I am the magnetic current of prosperity now. Every reiteration releases a fresh swell across the boundless sea of potential. You can nearly witness it, auric golden tides coursing through future days, reconfiguring conditions, setting hinges to swing wide, aligning agreements to be signed, and inviting ideas to arrive. You can feel this motion contacting the tangible plane, the world of the real and measurable. That golden frequency condenses as circulation of money, as resources at hand, and as openings for creative expression. The wavelength of generosity translates into resonant help, steadfast clients, and partnerships arranged by sacred timing. You recognize that this current practices no partiality. It confers blessing upon all who are willing to receive as it moves through your channel. Because true abundance at its zenith is not self-centered. It is the visible pattern of circulation, ever moving and ever shared. You widen your heart's gate, allowing the stream to flow through without obstruction. You make a conscious declaration: I give and I receive, in one continuous breath of divine supply. Radiant gold streams outward from your heart into the shared field, contacting lives, sparking gladness and stirring remembrance. You behold others thriving, smiling, and ascending into their personal radiance. Their joy nourishes yours, and your joy returns to nourish theirs. Prosperity's river proves infinite precisely because it circulates among all. The vision of the temple loosens into an endless golden expanse without edges or partitions, defined only by sacred motion. You drift within unbroken flow beyond time, beyond weight, open to the infinite. You sense awareness widening, stretching past the body and the world itself until it brushes the distant stars. A realization crystallizes: abundance is not an object. It is a living frequency. You identify yourself as that very frequency and understand you always have been. Each word issued from this state of knowing establishes itself as operative law. Every intention conceived here takes form naturally without strain or struggle. You now embody in the flesh the ancient axiom itself: as within, so without. Remaining at rest in this limitless stream, speak the decree again, not as petition, but as present fact. I am the magnetic current of prosperity now. Repeat it until your bones know it, until your bloodstream sings it, until even the quiet around you vibrates with its reality. With each recurrence, another wave rolls outward across creation. Even in this moment, your personal world is rearranging itself. The golden current threads through every matter that bears your name, harmonizing, increasing, and refining them with grace. There is nothing in need of repair, nothing to coerce into place. There is only the surrender to flow. Allow gratitude to lift like perfume from the altar of your heart. In a hushed voice speak: I give thanks that divine abundance is flowing through me now and forever. The luminous waters shine more intensely and then settle, returning to a steady, timeless cadence. You are filled with peace, specifically the calm that accompanies flawless provision. Everything is moving, everything is supplied, and everything stands already accomplished. If your heart perceives this movement and knows the current lives within you, then voice it aloud or write it now. I am the magnetic current of prosperity now. The work of sealing now commences. The golden current has traced its script across your field. Now it carves upon the innermost sanctuary, the subconscious, that master architect of what becomes real. You let your eyelids fall, and instantly the outer temple recedes. The aureate rivers, the angels, the starry halls, everything folds inward, becoming concentrated light within your chest. You find yourself in the inner sanctuary of the heart, as boundless as eternity. At the center, a radiant sphere shines the subconscious, a perpetual soil in which every spoken word turns to seed. All around, filaments of light interlace like animate scripture bands of gold, forming motifs of sacred intelligence. You perceive the infinite speaking in a gentle undertone. The subconscious does not question, it creates. It does not reason, it receives. What you impress upon it, it expresses. Speak now with reverence, for every word becomes the pattern of your world. You inhale fully. With each inward breath, the golden radiance enlarges. With each outer breath, old programs loosen scarcity, hesitation, and unworthiness, all liquefying into shining mist. The angel reappears more softly, wings gathered like folds of silken fire. In their hands rests a luminous stylus, pure, golden light, vibrant and living. This, they say gently, is the seal of wealth. It is not given, it is recognized. It is the eternal decree engraved upon the heart of every divine being. You are abundance itself. Tonight, you remember. Tonight, it is sealed. They set the stylus against your heart, and immediately gold radiance fans through your chest, elaborate forms appearing as if unseen calligraphy is being inscribed upon the soul. You can feel it distinctly, a carving of truth not etched on mental surface, but pressed into the mind's limitless inner chamber. Each inscribed utterance shines more brilliantly than the one before. I am one with divine supply. I am wealth in form. I am the magnetic current of prosperity now. These phrases do not simply show themselves, they integrate into your being. You sense their contours within your pulse and their cadence riding on your breath. You now grasp that the subconscious draws no boundary between imagined and actual, because within divine law, separation does not exist. The vision you sustain is reality taking shape. The feeling you cultivate is manifestation itself, inhaling and exhaling. You are simultaneously the artist and the canvas, the spoken law and its completion. The gilded inscription goes deeper, each character glinting like sunlit ripples on water. A spreading warmth moves through you, conveying permanence and the assurance of work fully finished. Then silence arrives, profound, kind, and without end. Within that hush, the subconscious opens completely like rich soil ready to receive. Thought slows, awareness floats, and the infinite's voice fills the interior space. Beloved, let this truth settle beyond thought. You need not remember it with effort, it remembers itself through you. It is written now in light that cannot fade. Images appear, emblems of your renewed identity rising from the golden deep of mind. You behold yourself in motion through life, calm, luminous, irresistibly magnetic. Portals swing open ahead of you with no exertion. Messages arrive, voices call, and ideas unspool with accuracy and quiet grace. Money travels like symphony in exact cadence, never late, never restrained. You are not startled. You are simply remembering what is true. Each picture flares with brightness, then dissolves into the subconscious as honey diffuses into warm water. The template stands complete. It will go on to express in daily experience, not by force of will, but by operation of law. You murmur gently, confirming the sealing. It is done. It is written. It is sealed in my subconscious mind. The angel smiles and rests a hand upon your heart. Each morning, the engraving glows brighter. Each word you speak from love activates it. Guard your speech, beloved. Let no idle thought of fear rewrite what has been sealed in gold. Speak as one who knows, for the universe obeys the voice of certainty. You nod as gratitude overflows, warm, aureate, and without boundary. You understand that the sole genuine labor and manifestation is remembering. Everything else is the dance of rhythm. Your breathing eases into a slower cadence. A vast, anchored, timeless peace enfolds you. You perceive the subconscious as a grand, gilded library where each thought issues an instruction to creation and every decree schedules its own fulfillment. You smile, recognizing that this renewed identity is sturdy and sure. It cannot be unraveled by doubt, because doubt now converts into corroboration of truth. Even fear, when it appears, turns servant, a cue to return to center and to repeat the decree until the mind realigns with gold. You lay a hand on your heart and feel the etching pulse within each heartbeat, a vow already honored. Quietly you speak, I am the keeper of divine wealth. My subconscious mind is the treasury of the infinite. Every image of prosperity I hold is a seed already sprouting in time. You envision tomorrow's waking eyelids lifting into gentle morning light. You recall the seal touch your heart's smile and voice your dawn decree. Each morning I reset my reality. Money hears my first words. As those words leave your lips, the inner engraving replies, it glows, hums, and reorders your world afresh. The angelic presence retreats form, dissolving into a fine golden mist. A last whisper trails through the spacewalk now, as one who is complete. The seal is within you, and the world will mirror it faithfully. The sanctuary inside your heart flares for a final luminous moment, and then softens into stillness. What endures is sheer radiance, hushed, enduring, and serenely present. Now to stabilize this moment and confirm the inscription's completion right, or say aloud, it is sealed in my subconscious mind. The inner temple abides yet in a gentler register. Golden streams cease their thunder and become a soft susurrus. Angels move with unhurried grace, wings flickering like taper light. This is evening within the infinite, a consecrated time of repose when the emissaries of creation assume their stations to enact your decree. You return to the diamond throne for a final glance. The diadem above you gleams in a softer register, not a blaze, but a constant aureole of confidence. What fills you is quiet peace rather than thrill. You know the current is active and advancing on its own, independent of your exertion. A gentle presence flows across the temple, known luminous. The infinite's own voice moves on the air and murmurs, "Now you rest, beloved, for your work is done." The agents of the invisible economy have heard your decree. You attune your hearing. Within the quiet, you perceive their activity, not articulated speech, but energies rousing throughout creation. Certain ones sweep like wind through fields of potential marrying conditions to sacred timing. Others pass through the realm of dreams, speaking to minds and hearts destined to meet you. Still others are streams of invisible intelligence piloting resources, reweaving patterns and unlatching doors you have not yet imagined. Every force operates with exactitude, a synthesis of the accuracy of sacred mathematics and the tenderness of mercy. Nothing occurs by accident. Nothing is postponed. Everything is presently underway. You let your eyes fall shut. On the inner screen, golden strands extend in all directions, luminous threads stitching time and space together. They flow into workplaces and dwellings, through banking systems and creative webs. They brush against minds, ignite ideas, and magnetize opportunities. You recognize that even as your body rests, your decree remains active, unwearied, precise, and everlasting. You speak in a hushed tone, "I do not chase what is already mine. The universe moves on my behalf." And from within, the infinite answers distinctly, "Yes." You rest and we work. You become aware of a tender company of unseen allies, executors of sacred law. They are not remote storybook seraphs. Rather, they are the intelligent dynamics of harmony, right timing, and love that regulate the creative order. Though they operate beyond ordinary sight, their influences sculpt what appears in the material world. Their language is a sequence of gentle impressions of convergences that you will later recognize as miracles veiled as coincidences. They communicate through intuition, quiet promptings that position you precisely where and when you are meant to be. A quiet smile forms as a calm assurance arises that everything necessary is already being tended to. The angelic guide approaches again, the very radiance that led you across the temple's threshold. Their brilliance has softened, and the timbre of their presence feels velvety and kind. Beloved, they say you have called forth the abundance of the infinite. You have been crowned with divine inheritance. The flow has been activated, and the subconscious has been sealed. Now comes the sacred final act, the act of rest. They outstretch a hand, releasing a silver gold mist from the palm, as soft as breathing, carrying the scent of peace. It moves gently around you, enveloping your form and saturating your aura with profound quiet. This is the blanket of divine trust, the angel murmurs. As you sleep, the agents of the invisible economy advance. You need not supervise them. The way is already known. They are your decree's intelligence set in motion. Lightness overtakes you as if buoyed by air. The throne shifts into a luminous cloud and bears you softly downward, guiding you from the temple into more profound strata of rest. The celestial music reduces to a singular cadence, a vast, steady, and timeless heartbeat. While you drift downward, scenes glimmer at your periphery, your life constellated in light. You witness alignments already assembling unanticipated credits, ordained encounters, fresh creative spark, and blessings arriving without strain. Time seems to plead upon itself, the so-called future streaming towards you in gilded currents. The angelic chorus gradually merges with and becomes the rhythm of your own breath. You murmur in a low, tender voice, I rest and receive. And once more, slower, deeper, allowing the words to drop below the level of thinking, I rest and receive. The statement functions like a key. You sense it unlocking something deep within the nervous system, releasing the final bits of control and washing away all remnants of efforting. The field of light surrounding you begins to pulse in synchrony with your respiration. Your own heartbeat aligns with the universe's expansive pulse. Realization dawns you, and the world-creating intelligence are not separate. It is the breath moving through you, the motion guiding you, the fulfillment expressing itself as you. Your physical form relaxes into a state of buoyant tranquility. The luminous seat recedes, and the temple resolves into a sky of scattered stars. What persists is the breath itself and the golden undertone beneath it. The angels proceed in their labor, invisible to the eye, yet unmistakably sensed. You understand they will speak softly into the sleep of those appointed to assist you. They will reconfigure schedules, refine timings, kindle generosity, and unlock doors all during your rest. Because manifestation is not primarily a task of conscious effort, it is an arrangement governed by sacred intelligence. A scene arises, an immense cosmic marketplace, not devoted to transaction as barter, but to circulation in perfect cadence. Souls exchange benedictions across star fields, each offering returning multiplied. Here, the law of supply operates noiseless, exact, and without limit. The infinite addresses you once more, tone ebbing and flowing like a tender tide. The invisible economy is real, beloved. It is the commerce of faith, the trading floor of divine thought. When you speak, the universe hears. When you rest, the universe moves. Tears rise, not sorrowful, but loosening, an outbreath of release. The compulsion to strive evaporates. Each fear yields to a steady confidence. Recognition settles that you are never solitary in this work. From the instant of your decree, unseen hands commenced their holy administration. Your breath finds an even calmer tempo. You sink further inward, the body pleasantly weighted, the soul immeasurably wide. The angel's concluding words resound in a gentle echo. Sleep now in certainty. The infinite fulfills every decree spoken in faith. You rest, and we bring it to pass. You recline upon a golden sea, its light swaying you as though in a cradle. Each cell loosens and uncoils. Every thought thins into illumination. You hang weightless in trust, the most tender surrender there is. Just before consciousness dissolves into sleep, you speak once more, not as a plea, but as a peaceful command. I rest and receive. The aureate field replies a single cosmic heartbeat of light and then subsides into deep quiet. Close your eyes, dear soul, and move softly past the veil of waking cognition. You have crossed the portals of recognition, voiced the consecrated word, and tilled the fertile soil of awareness. Now you enter the sanctum of divine weaving, the dream realm, where infinite intelligence arrays the tapestry of your prosperity. Let the body melt into repose while the spirit keeps lucid watch. Though the outer world slumbers, the inner sanctuary blazes brighter than 1,000 suns. In the silence of this holy night, golden strands ignite above you, filaments of divine architecture, radiant lines of cause and consummation extending through every dimension of your being. Every strand embodies a fulfilled petition. Every gleam signals a vow kept. Observe them, shimmering lines of gold and violet interlacing like celestial silk shaping constellations of opportunity. You are not simply at rest on a mattress. You are held within the very loom of creation. Infinite mind is the weaver, infinite love, the pattern, and infinite law, the governing cadence. You sink further into the universe's inaudible hum, the tonal field of divine order vibrating underneath everything. It is harmony, not disorder, that steers the stars. It is precision, not chance, that arranges your prosperity. You rest secure within this understanding. Divine order governs my affairs. Divine timing blesses my days. Divine wealth structures my nights. Now picture the breath as the loom's shuttle traveling to and fro, drawing divine substance through the fabric of your sleeping mind. Each inhalation carries wealth from invisible domains. Each exhalation sets it in form through gratitude's seal. Envision an immense tapestry spanning beyond measure, illuminated with motifs of destiny. Every emblem upon it marks a manifestation in harmony with your highest good, a dwelling bright with peace, bonds anointed with joy, resources increasing by sacred decree. As you regard it, you recognize the tapestry as living. It inhales and exhales. With each faithful thought and each potent word you have spoken, its brilliance increases. The affirmations voiced by day revolve by night as generative currents. The divine agencies do not sleep. Even now, angels of provision proceed with luminous exactness. They traverse time webs and continents, pass through systems, markets, intellects, and hearts, arranging flawless alignments on your behalf. They reveal doors you had not imagined, tenderize resistance in human hearts, and guide ideas, people, and situations into consonant harmony. Through light, you are linked with every timeline. The strand where you struggled now fuses with the strand where you flourish. The thread woven with doubt dissolves into the thread woven with radiance. All versions of self converge in this immediate brilliance, unified in abundance and reconciled in peace. Attend to the gentle murmur of the infinite beloved. I have gone before thee to prepare thy way. Even in your sleep, I am multiplying your blessings. A smile returns as you settle further into truth. You cease to be the seeker and recognize yourself as the vessel. You cease to be merely the dreamer and become the dream incarnating as reality. Visualize standing amid your tapestry of light. Extend a hand. Sense the warmth of divine energy, palpable, charged, and vital, pulsing with boundless intelligence. At the brush of a single thread, rings of gold travel across the entire weave. Such is genuine abundance, interlinked, instantaneous, alive. Each intention rooted in love confers blessing upon the whole field. Every faithful act fortifies the total fabric. Each whispered thank you dispatches fresh light to every quadrant of your creation. Now repeat in a slow cadence, as if every word were inscribed with starlight. As I rest, divine mind works through me. As I sleep, wealth awakens. As I dream, perfect order is fulfilled. Allow this statement to reverberate throughout your being and take root in the heart like an eternal seed. The golden filaments expand into brilliant avenues of light. Subtle motion signals unseen guides conveying your visions toward embodiment. They interlace love with your finances, wisdom with your decisions, and joy with your opportunities. The hum you hear is prosperity being encoded into your life's design. The sound resembles moonlit surf, continuous, trustworthy, and sure. You float further downward. Breathing quiets. The universe's rhythm locks to your pulse. From the stillness, an ancient truth arises. It is done. Before you asked, I answered. Before you dreamed, I prepared. Within this immense, quiet time unthreads itself. Tomorrow and yesterday vanish. Only the everlasting now remains, shining with abundance already complete. You are not waiting for prosperity to arrive. You are prosperity revealing itself moment by moment. Settle and repose inside this awareness. Drift and be carried by this state. Allow yourself to simply be this truth embodied. The radiance surrounding you widens past your resting body, reaching the city, the planet, and the stars. All who are linked to your sacred pattern receive a bright spark of benediction. Genuine wealth is not terminal at you. It amplifies as it moves through you. As slumber goes deeper, emblems of prosperity descend, coins shaped of light, scrolls glowing with wisdom, blossoms timed by the divine, all whirling into your field. They merge with your essence and recalibrate the tones by which your life vibrates. Upon waking, you will not rise as the old identity. You will rise as wealth in living form, luminous, centered, and blessed beyond all calculation. Now take another long, deliberate breath. Fasten this certainty deep inside. I rest in divine order. My wealth is eternal. My dream is the dream of God made visible. The heavenly undertone persists, a background resonance of creation itself. You slip into the endless weave, satisfied, shining, and complete. Meanwhile, in invisible domains, your prosperity opens like sunrise poured in gold. Daybreak lifts gently across the inner horizon. The long dream recedes, and still a profound difference remains within. Even the air seems animated, murmuring promises. The golden fabric woven overnight vibrates softly in your cells, as if the body itself recalls the dream's verdict. Everything is already accomplished. You wake to a world quietly altered. The familiar walls, the familiar light, the familiar morning, and yet all of it feels infused with sacred intelligence. Each particle seems illuminated from the inside. The air carries the scent of prayers already fulfilled. This is the morning of miracles. You extend your arms toward the climbing sun. Its warmth strokes your face tender, yet authoritative, like the breath of the infinite, assuring you, I am present with you in all matters. Allow your first utterance of the day to be consecrated. Thank you, infinite intelligence, for the miracles that greet me this morning. Speak it audibly and let yourself feel it not as a wish, but as a pronouncement. Gratitude is the dialect of completion. It recognizes that what was unseen has now stepped into form. Listen with care. Under the soft noises of morning, the sheets hush, the air's whisper, you can hear a cadence that matches your pulse. This is the rhythm of divine order. The frequency that traveled your dreams is now alive within your day. You get up. Each action feels coordinated, directed, exact. There is no rush, only easeful movement. You gravitate toward tasks and decisions that naturally usher in prosperity. Checking your messages reveals pleasant surprises, a client confirming, a new ally reaching out, a payment arriving ahead of schedule. It seems miraculous, and yet this is simply natural order. You are no longer moving by willpower alone. The law of perfect timing guides you. The divine clock keeps time within you. Everything develops with immaculate exactness. Stop for a breath. Sense the sacred current steering what you do. Make it your compass for the day. Striving is unnecessary, alignment is sufficient. Each thought you entertain this morning paints a stroke on the canvas of your day. Therefore, speak beauty, speak prosperity, speak concord. As you ready yourself, whisper these words: everything I need is already prepared for me. Divine intelligence goes before me and paves my way with gold. Every door I approach opens in perfect grace. These are not mere hopes, they are switches you flip. Each sentence sets divine energies into motion. Every affirmation operates as a universal decree, reorganizing substance in the very moment you speak it. Now picture stepping outdoors, sunlight greeting you like a warm embrace. The world sparkles with freshness. Even the wind feels giving. You move within the outward expression of last night's weaving. Each person you encounter today bears a sacred appointment. Some arrive to bless you, others to be blessed by you. Every exchange is a trade in gold, seen and unseen. You hold this truth clearly: prosperity is not a one-time occurrence. It is a continuous circulation of giving and receiving. A single smile turns into a planted seed. A kind word becomes a key that opens ways. A choice made with faith transforms into an entryway to increase. Throughout the day, you observe synchronicities, small alignments murmuring. The universe hears you. A train pulls in exactly as you step onto the platform. A brief exchange yields the solution you sought. You are gently led to the precise resources that complete your next move. This is sacred order at work, the invisible blueprint of your life now revealed in clear view. Take a moment, rest your hand over your heart and declare, I am living in the answered prayer. I am awake in the miracle. Let this affirmation spread through you like a wave. The frequency of faith condenses into felt reality. From this point on, each moment feels consecrated. because each moment bears witness that Spirit expresses through you. As the morning unfolds, gratitude settles in as your default. You appreciate the sun's warmth, the sustenance of your meal, and the loveliness in every face you meet. Thankfulness elevates the commonplace into the remarkable. The deeper your thanks, the more the universe multiplies occasions to be thankful. Gratitude acts as a golden magnet that draws abundance into form. As you move through the early hours, gently repeat thank you for this perfect day. Thank you for divine wealth manifesting now. Thank you for the ideas that prosper me. Observe how these phrases recalibrate you immediately. The space around you feels lighter, clearer, more vibrant. Attraction is less about forcing and more about noticing. What you acknowledge with love, you draw with authority. By late morning, a quiet certainty rises, a serene conviction that something beautiful is already moving through you. You stop pursuing outcomes and begin dwelling within them. The resonance of already complete becomes your baseline. Now inhale fully and let this affirmation soak your awareness. I am a living testimony of divine abundance. Everything I touch turns to gold, not by struggle, but by grace. Breathe with the statement once more. Let its resonance permeate your cells, reawakening the golden current that threaded your dreams last night. Heaven and earth meet like this, not in spectacle or thunder, but in the hushed wonder of a morning harmonized with spirit. Your day turns orchestral, every step a note of thanksgiving, every thought the echo of a prayer already answered. As this recognition deepens, you see miracles are not en route, they are present. This very morning is miraculous. Your breathing body is evidence that infinite source shows up as matter. Before entering the tasks ahead, allow your heart to whisper once more, it has manifested perfectly, and indeed, so it is complete and whole. When you feel ready, share this awakening. Say it out loud, write it with delight, proclaim it openly. It has manifested perfectly. Beloved, you have awakened in the midst of a miracle. The dream has taken shape, and you are now called to the larger task to live divine prosperity. Abundance is not an object to own, but a current to steward. Not a possession to grip, but a flow moving through you. Today you embody the sacred law of cause and effect. As Florence Scovel Shinn phrased it, to give is to receive. What you send out comes back to you multiplied. You are not a fixed self-hoarding riches. You are a living conduit through which infinite supply enters the world. Pause and take this in with a deliberate breath. Sense life's current cycling through you, the beat of your heart, the expansion of your lungs, the mind bright with ideas. All this motion is abundance at work. The universe is circulation itself, tides that rise and fall, winds that wheel, galaxies that revolve. Everything flows, nothing clings. Let this be your way too. Say softly to yourself, I am the channel through which divine abundance flows without obstruction. I am not separate from source. I am its expression. The more I give, the more flows through me. You do not give from a private stash. You give from Spirit's inexhaustible reservoir. As a river has no fear of emptiness, you need not fear shortage. Your offerings love service skill, forgiveness signal to the universe your trust in its unending flow. Release invites return. Blessing multiplies blessing. When your gifts circulate with joy, the very stream hastens back to you, fuller, stronger, and more expansive than it was. Think of sunlight. It offers itself, freely asks for nothing, and is not diminished by its shining. The more it radiates, the more life stirs. You are called to shine in the same way, not from duty, but from remembering who you truly are. The world around you awaits your radiance. Each encounter holds a need. Your sacred energy can meet a smile, to lift a day, a word, to restore hope, a skill to raise someone's path. You are not simply earning income, you are producing light. Pause again and let this holy truth rest in your heart. I am the living instrument of divine prosperity. Every thought, every word, every action I take is a note in the symphony of abundance. Now imagine moving through your day with this awareness intact. The moment you step into a room, the air lifts lighter, brighter. Your speech carries the tone of increase. Your giving lands like seed and returns as an amplified harvest. In business conversations, stand as an envoy of divine supply. Let integrity and joy saturate each agreement, each exchange, each flow of money. You are not bargaining to survive. You are co-authoring expansion. You may observe money behaving differently. It stops feeling scarce or burdensome and turns lively, collaborative, and keen. It looks for you because you have become a clear, joyful conduit through which it can travel freely. Money responds to clarity, delight, and thanks. Regard it as sacred energy, and it increases. Bless it on the way out, and it returns by many expanded paths. As you interact with your money, matters whisper quietly. Every dollar I send forth blesses the world and returns to me multiplied. Divine substance is my unfailing supply. These statements contain the law in their very phrasing. They recalibrate your inner signal from anxiety to assurance, from a mindset of lack to the rhythm of generous flow. Now picture yourself on a sweeping plain of luminous gold. From all horizons, streams of abundance approach inspirations, openings, resources, and allies. Each current comes gladly ready to participate in your purpose. As these streams enter your sphere, they don't stagnate. They pass through you and flow on, conferring blessing upon every life your energy meets. This is what genuine prosperity means, not stockpiling, but movement. Not ownership for its own sake, but conscious participation in the divine's infinite give and return. Florence Scovel. Shinn taught no man can attract that which he criticizes. By blessing wealth, you draw it to yourself. Therefore, bless everything before you. Bless the victories of others, their joy, their liberty. Whatever you bless, you ally yourself with. Whatever you resist in bitterness, you repel from your experience. When you witness someone else prospering, let your heart rejoice. How marvelous is the universe's abundance! I belong to that very abundance as well. When settling a bill, affirm, "This shows the infinite trust me to circulate supply." Thank you for the means that arrive precisely when needed. When income arrives, murmur divine substance made visible. Thank you for this clear demonstration. Understand that each contact with money is a moving prayer. The quality of energy you bring to it becomes the pattern of how it responds to you. Now let's thread this understanding into the cadence of everyday living. Upon waking, speak aloud. Divine intelligence governs my affairs, and abundance flows in every direction. Before beginning any task, declare I do this work as the expression of infinite wisdom. As you partake of a meal, say, "This nourishment is provided by divine love. It blesses me and blesses all who contributed to it." And as you lie down to rest, affirm, "I release all concern, for divine order never sleeps." Practice this way. Each action turns sacramental. Ordinary moments reveal themselves as quiet miracles. Soon you notice something remarkable. You're not pursuing abundance anymore, you are producing it. Your very resonance functions like currency. Others feel uplifted in your company. Ideas move more freely within your field. The climate of your life grows rich with possibility. And here lies a deeper secret. Living in this stream clarifies your calling. You recognize that abundance encompasses more than funds. It is the enlargement of love, creativity, service, and joy. You turn into the response to prayers you never personally heard. You become a vessel through which the universe extends its blessing outward. A word of encouragement becomes a transfer of divine wealth. A gift of insight amounts to investing spiritual gold. An act of kindness plants seeds from which miracles grow. Thus, you live as a conduit of divine prosperity, not through strain, but through steady remembrance of your source. Pause again. With eyes closed, envision your heart as a radiant star. Sense its light expanding to fill your home, your city, the wider world. Each ray that streams outward conveys abundance. Each ray that returns brings multiplied increase. Speak these lines aloud. I am the sun of divine prosperity. I shine and all are blessed. Through me, spirit enriches the world. My life is the evidence of infinite supply made visible. Allow these affirmations to settle deeply like golden roots anchoring into the rich soil of your being. Now open your eyes to the day ahead, knowing each moment is a sacred appointment. Every challenge offers a chance to prove your faith. Every success invites fresh gratitude. You yourself are evidence of law in operation. You embody the answer to prayers voiced by generations. You stand as the open channel through which heaven pours its substance into form. Breathe this reality. Walk it out. Let it define you. And when your demonstration shows up as it surely will share it, tell the story not in vanity, but in gratitude. Your testimony of abundance becomes a lamp for someone still making their way through the dark. Proclaim it with joy. I am living proof that divine prosperity is real. My story blesses others into their remembrance, because when you share, you expand faith, and as faith expands, light expands with it. And so let it be. Now, dear one, as the sun leans westward and the day exhales into evening, a holy stillness settles around you. The outer world grows quiet and your thoughts settle too. What remains is gratitude, the golden seal on manifestation, the final signature that tells the universe. This work is complete. Every creative act concludes as it commenced with thanksgiving. Gratitude vibrates at the frequency of fulfillment. It is the heart's acknowledgement, I recognize the divine plan's perfection. To thank in advance summons faith. To thank afterward endorses the proof. To dwell in ongoing gratitude is to unite with infinite source. Close your eyes and draw a slow, steady breath. Feel life's eternal rhythm moving through you. All you have ever wanted, every good you have imagined, already abides within this field of divine perfection. Gratitude is the gate that allows it to pour through. In a soft whisper, say thank you, infinite intelligence, for perfect fulfillment. Thank you for every visible and invisible blessing. Thank you for the divine orchestration that never fails. Let these words flow through you like warm honey. Sense their sweetness spread across your chest, along your shoulders, and into your hands. Gratitude isn't merely a thought. It is a gentle light suffusing every cell. Now call to mind the journey you've taken, the whispered prayers of uncertainty, the surrendering moments of release, the faith that steadied you through the unseen night. Notice how every step, Even the hard ones served your awakening with exact precision. Gratitude dissolves the dross of memory and turns it all to gold. Speak inwardly to yourself. Thank you for the lessons that refined me. Thank you for the timing that protected me. Thank you for the abundance that now flows freely. In this very instant, nothing is absent and nothing is deficient. You are whole inside the timeless now, the crossroads where every blessing converges. Gratitude converts your awareness into a lodestone for wonders, tuning your heart to the divine wavelength where only goodness is present. Now picture a luminous chalice of golden light before you. It floats at your core just above the heart center. Into this vessel, rivers of radiance pour silver, white, rose, gold, and emerald, each current symbolizing a facet of your wealth, tranquility, vitality, material increase, love, and creative force. With each inhale, the cup fills. With each whispered thank you, it brims past the edge. The golden elixir of divine good pours out, consecrating your life, your dwelling, your bonds, and your vocation. The more gratitude you extend, the faster the vessel replenishes. This circulation has no end. It is perpetual. You yourself are both the cup and the current, both the container and the benediction. Gratitude forms the span between the heavenly and the earthly, and through your heart, that bridge is crossed. Now whisper unhurriedly, allowing each word to resound through your inner depths. Thank you for the gold that flows unseen, now seen. Thank you for the wisdom that guides every step. Thank you for the wealth that multiplies in divine order. Repeat these lines like a cadence, a hallowed mantra, until the language melts into pure resonance, until thank you ceases to be spoken and becomes the essence of who you are. Now recall a single blessing that arrived lately, maybe something modest, a gracious word, a sudden insight, an effortless opening. Envision it distinctly, feel the warmth it carried, smile and affirm thank you. Infinite source for this evidence of your unfailing law. Next, call up a longing not yet visible, a desire mid-process, a dream still gathering shape. Hold it in imagination as finished and fulfilled. Feel the ease, the happiness, the thanks, as though it were already in your hands. Declare with certainty, thank you for the manifestation already secured in divine mind. I trust its perfect appearance. Such is gratitude's alchemy, it dissolves the sense of waiting and ushers reality into being. In the instant you give thanks, your desire starts moving toward you, attracted by appreciation's magnetic cadence. Gratitude is a sacred yes, the soul's signature upon abundance's covenant. Now let us travel further inward. Envision yourself encircled by golden brilliance, widening without limit. Each thank you exhale dispatches ripples of light across the world. You are quietly blessing strangers, the discouraged, the ones searching for hope, the souls praying for proof they're remembered. Your gratitude becomes that very proof. You belong to the cosmic marketplace of grace, a living field in which each grateful heart increases the wealth of all. Speak in a gentle voice from the deepest place within you. My gratitude enriches the world. My thankfulness feeds the collective good. My joy uplifts all creation. The law of abundance grows in this manner, not through hoarding or ownership, but through the light you emanate, the generous radiance you allow to shine. As Florence Scovel Shinn observed, gratitude is the law of increase. Complaint is the law of decrease. Therefore, this very night you elect to stand in the law of increase. You decide to enlarge the good, to amplify every blessing, and to witness only sacred perfection revealing itself before you. When others perceive scarcity, you proclaim, "Thank you for the unseen supply now revealed." Where others notice postponement, you affirm with certainty, "Thank you for divine timing aligning perfectly." When some call it an ending, you gently whisper, "Thank you for new beginnings already forming." Such is the frequency of true mastery to offer thanks prior to proof, trusting that the word has been sent and by law cannot return empty. Now allow gratitude to collect in your heart as a gentle golden flame. Watch it burn with steady brilliance. With every heartbeat, it widens, saturating your body, your dwelling, your energetic field, even your future. This grateful flame becomes a sealing mark that fixes your manifestation into visible form. Murmur to yourself in a soft, intimate tone. It is sealed in light. It is done in love. It is fulfilled in gratitude. You yourself are the evidence that prayer is answered. Your expression of gratitude is the confirmation and the sign. Place your hands tenderly over your heart and feel the current of sacred energy moving beneath your touch. Its cadence is the cadence of creation itself. That heartbeat is the divine pulsing and expressing as you. Allow a smile to arise and travel through your entire being. Here is the great secret. Gratitude is joy given form, joy the world can see. You have stepped across the threshold and learned the sacred art of receiving. You now stand as abundance in embodied form. From here, you live in unbroken thanksgiving, aware that each breath you draw testifies to divine provision at work. As the night grows deeper and you ready yourself to rest under the stars, let the following become your closing prayer. Thank you, infinite source. I am forever abundant. Thank you for the unseen hand that guides all things. Thank you for the eternal flow that never ceases. Thank you for I am one with thee, and in that oneness I lack nothing. Allow those closing words to dissolve gently into a rich, restorative silence. Within the quiet, you experience only peace, a peace so expansive it seems to hold the whole world. Every atom vibrates with completion. Every moment shines with fulfillment. The universe itself appears to murmur, "Welcome home." Thus, gratitude sets the seal upon your demonstration, fastens your abundance within eternity, and simultaneously opens the gateway for blessings even greater to arrive. Your heart shines like gold, your path is consecrated, and your life itself becomes a living prayer of thank you. Before sleep, recall this last invocation, a signature that seems to write itself across the sky. Thank you, infinite source. I am forever abundant. And now, dear one, you stand at eternity's edge, not as a seeker peering outward, but as abundance incarnate. You have dreamed the holy dream awakened, to the morning of miracles walked as a channel of prosperity, and sealed every blessing with gratitude. The circle completes and simultaneously begins again, because abundance is not a finish line. It is an endless continuum. Sense the immense stillness enclosing you now. The air carries a subtle power, as though the universe inhales through your lungs and exhales through your heart. You are not merely watching creation. You are creation moving. Each thought, each breath, each gesture emits the magnetism of wealth. Close your eyes and behold an endless horizon of golden light extending beyond vision. The abundance field is animate, glistening with limitless potential. Tides of prosperity rise and fall, like breath each swell, bearing fresh opportunities, sacred ideas, and inspired relationships. You are both the magnet and the motion, both the center and the edge. The field answers to the condition of your being, not to exertion or strain, but to the vibration you carry. Whisper in a soft, steady tone, "My wealth flows without effort. My energy is golden and ever expanding. I am one with divine order, and divine order is abundance." Allow each declaration to ripple through awareness like circles across a calm lake. These are not petitions, they are recognitions. You do not call prosperity, and you remember what already is. As Florence Scovel Shinn noted, "No man is your enemy, no man is your friend. Every man is your teacher." In the same way, no event opposes you, and no circumstance stands apart from you. Everything serves your evolving good. Even difficulties refine your frequency and tutor you in accuracy of thought and speech. Notice the law of radiance operating now. The peace you keep inside draws harmony around you. The joy you permit becomes the condition of your life. The gratitude you beam outward calls abundance to meet your living tone. This is the infinite continuum, a self-renewing circle of sacred supply. It cannot run down, for it is grounded in the eternal source. You are connected to that source now permanently, unalterably. Take a deep breath. With every inhalation, feel wealth infusing your cells, not just financial increase, but love, wisdom, and life force. With every exhalation, release the last traces of fear and separation. Fear tightens and constricts. Gratitude opens and expands. Now picture yourself encircled by a great golden aura, luminous, clear, and vibrantly alive. From your heart, a continual spiral of light streams outward, touching every realm of your life home. Relationships, work, and community. Wherever this light arrives, circumstances reorganize toward sacred order. You stand as the axis of this radiant field, the focal point of magnetism through which abundance continually cycles. Repeat these lines softly, letting their truth resonate through your whole being. I live in the unbroken rhythm of supply. What I give returns multiplied. There is no delay, no separation, only continuous flow. You are presently abiding as the infinite itself. The boundary between petition and realization has dissolved entirely. There is no later in this state. There is only the ever-present now, and this now overflows with unending abundance. Florence taught clearly, the game of life is a game of boomerangs. Our thoughts, deeds, and words return to us sooner or later with astounding accuracy. Therefore, you engage the game awake and with delight. Each thought is planted as a golden seed. Every word you speak functions as a radiant decree. You don't question whether results will appear, you understand they already exist. Your baseline is the frequency of already complete. Moving through the day, all required things advance toward you with ease, magnetized by your inner coherence. Divine intelligence arranges every encounter, inspires each idea, and times every chance event. Invisible streams steer the right people to you. Money moves smoothly because you are aligned with its governing principle, holy circulation. You bless the movement itself. You neither grasp nor panic. You understand that hoarding damps the stream while letting go invites its widening and increase. Envision a vast river of life unfurling ahead, broad, radiant, and without end. Its surface glitters with golden light. Step forward into the current. Feel it lifting around you, cool and warm, simultaneously vibrant with sacred substance. The river moves through you rather than merely past you. You stand as both the living river and the one who receives it. Each loving thought adds volume to the flow. Every spoken blessing carves a deeper channel. Each generous action broadens the river's span. The momentum mounts an unbroken exchange of giving and receiving that continues ceaselessly with no pause and no end. A quiet laugh rises because clarity has dawned. Wealth was never about tallies or objects. It was always about movement. You are that sacred current revealed in visible form. With a gentle smile, whisper, "I am the current. I am the source. I am the infinite continuum of abundance." Now imagine yourself poised high above the earth at a golden outlook. From here, you witness how your field touches multitudes, families brightened by your kindness, communities uplifted by your service, sleeping dreams awakened by your words. You realize your abundance is not limited to a single life, a single epoch, or a single world. It is eternal, sending ripples through time itself. You recognize that after the body departs, your frequency still travels, blessing generations to come and inspiring hearts not yet born. The infinite continuum flows onward without interruption. Pause and allow this recognition to root itself in your heart. You belong to a sacred lineage of light. Every affirmation you have uttered resounds through eternity, fortifying humanity's shared abundance field. Speak it now with quiet reverence. My prosperity uplifts the world. My light enriches generations. My consciousness expands the collective good. Sense the magnitude of this truth. You are not just a drop in the sea. You are the sea condensed in a single drop. You are not merely producing outcomes, you are ushering forth evolution itself. Let us affirm it together, unhurried and with depth of feeling. I am eternal wealth expressing. I am the voice of divine supply. I am abundance embodied in human form. The tone of these statements reverberates through the cosmos, stirring ancient remembrance. Your very cells recall the truth and begin to glimmer with recognition. A steady resonance hums through bones, skin, and breath. You have arrived home to your divine identity. Now picture the golden radiance widening outward yet again, saturating your home, your street, your city, your nation, and ultimately the whole planet. Humanity stands bathed in light. The fear of scarcity melts away, replaced by sacred remembrance. The collective heart resumes its rhythm with divine order. Into that immensity you whisper, "May all beings remember their infinite supply. May every heart be free from fear. May wealth flow like light through all creation." This is both your prayer and your vow. Your abundance will always serve the awakening of every being. Now, as the brilliance strengthens sense, it's streaming back to you, tenfold, 100-fold, without limit. The universe answers generosity with exponential increase. Waves of joy, serenity, clarity, and abundant provision move through you. The overflow is too great to hold, and thus it pours outward again without end. This is the everlasting cadence: receive, radiate, return. Inside this cadence, there is no loss, no exhaustion, and no postponement. You reside within a self-renewing field of sacred circulation. Let us affirm once more with soul-filling joy, my wealth flows without effort. My energy is golden and ever-expanding. I am one with divine order, and divine order is abundance. Every repetition engraves the truth more deeply in awareness. These lines are no longer ideas, they are living frequencies. They hum throughout your field, tuning you to the universal stream. And now, within this holy quiet, a soft knowing arises. There is nothing left to pursue, nothing to force, nothing worthy of fear. The circle has closed in fullness. You are simultaneously the origin and the result, the petition and the fulfillment. From this awareness, every action turns into consecrated play. Every act of giving is experienced as delight. Every act of receiving becomes a form of reverence. You have stepped into the infinite continuum of wealth magnetism, the unending choreography of divine substance flowing through visible form. Draw a deep breath and allow a smile to bloom. Savor the ease, the grandeur, and the tranquility. The struggle has ended. The straining has ceased. You have recalled your identity, the word transmuted to gold, the dream embodied, the infinite revealed. Therefore, as this journey settles to a gentle conclusion, you remain luminous, a living beacon of sacred prosperity, conferring blessing upon everyone who encounters you. You are an everlasting magnet for wealth, not due to what you own, but because abundance is what you are. And the universe, forever attentive, answers you within the quiet, beloved, all that I am you are. The golden radiance widens one last time, past language, past shape, until you merge with it entirely. Nothing remains but light, but peace, but ceaseless circulation. The dream goes on, the blessing goes on, the wealth goes on, now and for all eternity. Closing sequence of affirmations, repeat these lines softly, letting your breathing cadence lift each phrase into the limitless field of awareness. My wealth flows without effort. My energy is golden and ever expanding. I am one with divine order, and divine order is abundance. I live in the infinite continuum of wealth. I give thanks for eternal supply. I am abundance embodied. It is done. It is sealed. It is eternal. With this concluding breath, allow a luminous silence to surround you, a quiet that brims with brilliant strength and living potency. The vibrations dissolve into gentle light, and the infinite speaks a blessing in a whispering undertone. You are the abundance of the world made visible. You are the proof that heaven walks the earth. If this journey has rekindled your remembrance, if the golden field of truth has awakened something ancient and sacred inside you, then let it be shared. Allow your words, your testimony, and your shining to ripple outward without limit. If this journey has awakened your remembrance, subscribe and share it so the world may rise in golden consciousness. Because when you shine, you help others recall their light as well. Together, we braid an everlasting tapestry of sacred prosperity, unending in time, widening without limit and perpetually golden.